The day of the rally in Detroit was vibrant and filled with energy. The sun shone brightly, casting warm rays on the sea of faces gathered in front of the stage. People of all ages, races, and backgrounds had come together, united for a common purpose. The air was electric with excitement as the crowd buzzed with anticipation. Some families brought picnic blankets, while others clutched signs with bold messages about equality and peace. Children wove through the crowd, laughing and playing, carrying small flags that flapped in the gentle breeze. As the time drew near for Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. to speak, people found spots close to the stage or stood on tiptoe to catch a glimpse of the legendary leader. The significance of his presence was palpable. Many had traveled long distances, some having marched for hours just to be part of this historic gathering. Dr. King was more than a leader, he was a symbol of hope, inspiring thousands to believe in a better future. Amaya Brooks stood among the crowd, clutching her crayon drawing with both hands. She looked up at the stage, her heart racing at the thought of meeting Dr. King face to face. All around her, voices of unity filled the air, invigorating everyone present with a sense of purpose. The chant for justice echoed loudly. "We shall overcome!" It felt as if their collective hopes were rising to touch the sky. In moments like these, individuals from every walk of life came together as one voice. The rally was not just an event, it was a movement that honored dreams of freedom and equality for all. The atmosphere brimmed with love and determination, setting the stage for Amaya's unforgettable moment with Dr. King. Amaya Brooks was a bright and imaginative 7-year-old who loved to draw. With her big, curious eyes and curly hair bouncing with each step, she was full of energy as she navigated through the crowd at the rally. Raised in a loving home in Detroit, Amaya had always been taught the importance of kindness and standing up for what is right. Her parents often discussed the values of equality and justice, emphasizing that everyone should be treated fairly, no matter their background. Just the day before the rally, Amaya sat at her small wooden table, crayons in hand, inspired by the talks she had overheard from her parents about Dr. King and his dreams for a better world. She wanted to express how meaningful these ideas were to her. With a few strokes of her favorite colors, she created a drawing of her family marching together, holding hands and smiling. In the picture, they were surrounded by words like hope, love, and freedom, all swirling around them like magic. As she completed the drawing, Amaya felt proud. It was more than just a piece of art, it was her own version of the change she hoped to see in the world. The smile on her face reflected not only her excitement, but also her understanding that every small effort could contribute to something much bigger. On the day of the rally, with her artwork carefully tucked under her arm, Amaya found herself among thousands of people who felt strongly about making a difference. Though she was shy, she knew deep inside that this moment was special and that sharing her crayon masterpiece with Dr. King might touch his heart. Amaya's crayon drawing was a burst of colors and joy, filled with excitement and warmth. In her artwork, she depicted her family marching hand in hand, each figure looking happy and hopeful. She used bright shades of red, blue, and yellow, colors that reminded her of sunshine and laughter. Each stroke of the crayon reflected the love she felt for her family and her dream for a better world. Surrounding their figures were words that bounced across the page. Hope, love, freedom, and together. These words weren't just random, they held special meaning for Amaya. She wanted to show that these values were essential in creating a happy life for everyone. Even at her young age, she understood that unity was powerful, and that together, people could achieve amazing things. As she looked at the finished drawing, Amaya felt a sense of pride swell within her. It wasn't just a representation of her family, it was a symbol of all the families who wished for justice and equality. She thought about how many people struggled every day and believed that if everyone could join hands like in her drawing, they could all march toward a brighter future. With every crayon line she drew, Amaya poured her heart into the artwork. It was an expression of hope, a child's vision for what was possible when people stood together. She imagined Dr. King holding it high up for everyone to see, believing that it could inspire others just as he inspired her. Now, standing among the crowd at the rally with her masterpiece clasped tightly in her hands, she felt ready to share not just her drawing but also the big dreams that danced in her heart. This was her chance to be part of something greater than herself. As the rally continued to pulse with energy, Amaya stood at the edge of the crowd, her heart racing like a drum. She could see Dr. King up on the stage, a powerful figure speaking with passion and hope. For a moment, she hesitated, feeling small among the sea of people who all seemed so eager to hear his words. Clutching her crayon drawing tightly to her chest, she took a deep breath, trying to calm her nerves. With every heartbeat, she remembered the importance of what she had created. This wasn't just any drawing, it was her message of love and unity. Gathering her courage, Amaya stepped forward, weaving through legs and around clusters of excited friends and families. Her tiny hands trembled as she approached the front of the stage. When Amaya finally reached the steps leading up to Dr. King, she glanced up at him and felt both awe and excitement wash over her. He was even more inspiring up close, with a warm smile that seemed to light up his face. But as she stood there, rooted in place by shyness, her mind raced with thoughts about whether he would appreciate her drawing. Summoning all her bravery, Amaya took a few more steps forward and raised her trembling hand with the colorful crayon masterpiece held delicately between her fingers. When Dr. King noticed her, he paused mid-sentence and looked directly at her with kindness in his eyes. "Hello there," he said warmly, bending down slightly to meet her gaze. Amaya felt a rush of hope as their eyes locked. She smiled shyly and whispered, "This is for you." In that brief moment of connection, between a young girl with dreams and a man who fought for those dreams, everything else faded away. It was just them and the promise of a future filled with possibility. The moment Amaya handed Dr. King her drawing, a bright smile spread across his face, lighting up the space around them. It was as if the sun had shone just for her. He took the crayon masterpiece into his hands with gentle care, examining every vibrant color and joyful detail that Amaya had poured into her creation. His expression radiated warmth and admiration, as if he truly understood the love and hope embedded in her artwork. Dr. King lifted the drawing high above his head, presenting it to the crowd like a trophy of inspiration. "Look at this beautiful creation," he said, his voice strong yet tender. "This is the future we fight for." The audience erupted into thunderous applause, clapping and cheering not just for him but also for the little girl who had shared her vision of unity. Amaya's heart swelled with pride as she watched the crowd react to Dr. King's words. She felt seen and valued in a way that was both exhilarating and overwhelming. It was rare for someone so young to have their voice resonate so deeply in such an important gathering. In that instance, Amaya realized that her drawing was more than just a piece of art. It had become a symbol of hope for everyone present. Dr. King turned back to Amaya, kneeling down so that their eyes met once more. "Thank you for sharing this with me," he said softly, his voice full of sincerity. "You have a beautiful spirit, and never forget that your dreams matter." Amaya beamed with happiness, feeling an unbreakable connection to this extraordinary man who inspired many. In that precious moment, Dr. King not only acknowledged her effort but also encouraged her to continue dreaming big, something she would carry in her heart forever. Dr. King's words, "This is the future we fight for," rang out clearly over the crowd, echoing with purpose and passion. In that moment, the significance of Amaya's drawing transformed from a simple piece of art into a powerful message of hope. The audience erupted in applause, their cheers filled with energy and encouragement, recognizing that the colorful depiction represented not just the child's vision, but a collective dream for equality and justice. As the clapping grew louder, Dr. King's message began to sink in for everyone present. It was a reminder that the fight for civil rights was not just about policies or protests. It was about people and families coming together to envision a brighter future. Each member of the audience felt a spark of inspiration, realizing that they were part of something much larger than themselves. They were witnesses to history in the making and players in a movement striving for meaningful change. The rally became alive with the spirit of unity, as the crowd drew strength from Dr. King's uplifting words. People looked around at one another, seeing smiles and tears of joy mingling in the atmosphere. Friends clasped hands tighter, families huddled closer, and children beamed with a newfound sense of pride. The message resonated particularly with young ones like Amaya, who were encouraged to believe that their voices mattered. Dr. King's declaration served as a call to action, igniting passion among everyone present. It reinforced the idea that dreams could turn into reality when people joined forces to stand up against injustice. In that moment, each person committed anew to fighting for a future where love and unity prevailed. It was not just an ordinary day, it was a turning point filled with promise and hope, a day they would all remember for years to come. As Dr. King held Amaya's drawing high above his head, the crowd erupted into a wave of applause that felt like thunder rolling across the space. It was as if a collective breath had been held until that very moment, and now it burst forth in a powerful expression of support and unity. Hands clapped, voices cheered, and joyous shouts filled the air, creating an atmosphere charged with energy and excitement. The applause wasn't merely for Dr. King, it was a celebration of hope, resilience, and the dreams of countless individuals who had come together in that place. People from all walks of life joined in solidarity, their differences melting away as they recognized their shared purpose. The sound echoed through the streets of Detroit, wrapping around each person like a warm embrace, weaving them into a tapestry of community and strength. Amaya stood in awe as she watched the crowd react. The energy surged through her, filling her with pride and joy. She felt as if she were part of something much larger than herself, a moment that transcended time and emotion. Each clap and cheer resonated in her heart, reminding her that her small act had played a role in this remarkable occasion. The rally transformed into a powerful gathering where hopes were vocalized, and dreams for equality were shared. Faces lit up with determination as people exchanged smiles and tears of happiness. Families hugged tighter, friends shouted words of encouragement, and children raised their hands in excitement. It was not just about Dr. King's message, but about the collective pledge to strive for a better future together. In that exhilarating moment, everyone felt energized and united. Each individual left with renewed purpose, inspired to continue the fight for justice long after the rally ended. The echoes of applause lingered in the air, a reminder of their commitment to one another and to building a world filled with love and equality for all. The experience at the rally left an indelible mark on young Amaya Brooks, shaping her understanding of activism in a profound way. In that moment, when Dr. King lifted her drawing and declared it a symbol of the future they fought for, Amaya realized that her small voice mattered just as much as anyone else's. The applause and encouragement from the crowd filled her with pride, igniting a spark within her that would influence her for years to come. As she reflected on the event, Amaya understood that activism wasn't just for adults. It could start with anyone, regardless of their age. The joy she felt when Dr. King recognized her drawing made her see that art and creativity could serve as powerful tools for change. She began to think about how each crayon stroke represented not only her family but also the dreams and aspirations of countless others who longed for equality and justice. In the days following the rally, Amaya shared her experience with her friends and classmates. She encouraged them to express their own ideas about what a better world looked like through drawings or stories. The discussions that followed opened their eyes to the importance of standing up against injustice and supporting one another. Amaya felt like a leader among her peers, realizing they all had a role in advocating for a just society. Her encounter with Dr. King lingered in her heart, reminding her that everyone has the power to make a difference. Whenever she felt unsure or afraid, she would remember that magical moment and how it fueled her desire to keep fighting for what was right. This realization nestled deeply within her spirit, shaping not only who she was becoming but also solidifying her commitment to equality and justice throughout her life. Each time she picked up a crayon to draw or write, Amaya was not just expressing herself, she was continuing the fight for a future filled with love and hope. Amaya's simple act of creating a crayon drawing became a powerful reminder of the importance of youth voices and social movements. During the rally, her artwork transcended its intended purpose, becoming a beacon of hope and inspiration not just for herself but for countless others. By sharing her vision of love and unity, Amaya illustrated that even the smallest contributions can resonate deeply and spark meaningful change. In many ways, Amaya represented the countless young people who possessed the creativity and passion to influence the world around them. When Dr. King lifted her drawing high and told the crowd, "This is the future we fight for," he underscored the idea that children and adolescents have a vital role in advocating for justice. Their perspectives matter. They bring fresh ideas and innovative solutions to pressing social issues, often unburdened by the cynicism that can accompany adulthood. After the event, Amaya encouraged her friends to express their thoughts and feelings through their own art and words. This initiative created a ripple effect among her peers, inspiring them to recognize their power to make an impact. They began to share stories about what equality meant to them, fostering an environment where creative expression became a vehicle for discussing important social themes. As more young voices joined in this movement, it became clear that they could drive significant change. Amaya's experience became a source of motivation for other children to believe in their ability to affect the world positively. It highlighted how youth engagement in activism is essential for shaping a just future. Ultimately, Amaya's story serves as a reminder that when young people are empowered to share their ideas and dreams, they contribute significantly to the ongoing fight for equality and justice. Their creativity can inspire others and help build a world where everyone's voice is valued, a vision worth fighting for. The rally in Detroit marked a pivotal moment not only for Amaya Brooks but also for everyone who witnessed her interaction with Dr. King. For Amaya, that day became etched in her memory as a defining experience that shaped her identity as an activist. The joy and pride she felt when presenting her drawing transformed into a lifelong commitment to standing up for justice and equality. This single act of creativity instilled in her the belief that her voice, however small, could contribute to meaningful change. As the applause echoed around her, it wasn't just Amaya who felt inspired. The crowd shared in this uplifting experience, taking away a renewed sense of hope and purpose. Attendees left with the understanding that their dreams for a better future were intertwined, and they all had a part to play in making those dreams a reality. Dr. King's powerful recognition of Amaya's artwork served as a reminder that everyone, especially youth, can spark significant movements towards change. In the days and weeks following the rally, the message of unity and activism continued to resonate beyond the event. Amaya's classmates began organizing their own creative projects aimed at discussing important issues, showcasing how the moment impacted not just individuals but also entire communities. Conversations about equality grew louder, fueled by the inspiration from that day. Ultimately, Amaya's encounter with Dr. King became a symbol of empowerment for many young people who realized they too could influence positive change in the world. The rally was more than an event, it was a call to action that underscored the vital role of youth voices in social movements. As Amaya picked up her crayons time and again to draw or write, she did so with confidence, knowing she was part of a greater narrative, one where every contribution mattered on the path toward justice and equality for all.